Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at all the ways you can grab yourself some dragon stones during the course of the 2025 Global Dokkan celebration. So this is not a stone guide to part 2. This is more of a, oh my god, where can I get dragon stones? I want to get AGL Gogeta or Mega Shenron or Rose, etc. So this is more of like your emergency guide for stones, and it's around about time we did one. So let's start with the basics. Always start with the story tab, especially the Diamond event. The Diamond event has a ton of stages, like 16, and it's slowly been adding them over time. I think a lot of players will have forgotten about that. But the story events are all super easy. They don't require you to put in any effort really. You get stones for completing the stages, you get stones for completing the missions, you get stones for handing in things like the proof of masteries. There's just a ton of stones there. If you look at story events and you complete all of them, you have the Hero Extermination event, huge stones. Super Strikes, huge stones. The proof of masteries, when you exchange them in at the Bubba Shop, 20 stones there. These events have a lot of stones in them. For veterans, there's not a lot for us, but in general, if you're a new player or someone who's returning, that should be a great place to pick up some stones. Remember, Super Strikes have gotten easy A's, and so the missions for those Super Strikes, for ECAing them, is huge. You can get a lot of stones from the missions. Exchanging your proof of masteries is also something you're going to have to do anyway. There's tons of other benefits to exchanging them as well. So just make sure that you're farming those and you're handing them in as well. Obviously claim the stones first, but there's tons of other great prizes there. Now, after the story events, that's where things start to open up a little bit. Obviously, your technical next point of call for a lot of players is going to be things like the challenge tab. Okay, so challenge tab is always a great place to look. There's tons of events in the challenge tab, but not all events are equal. So for example, all the new events obviously give you stones, but it's the older events where players are going to really net stones, especially as new players. Things like Fighting Legend Goku, Fighting Legend Vegeta, Fighting Legend Frieza, Fighting Legend Goku GT. These events are easy now. These events have tons of category missions, and there are lots of stones there. Looking at things like the Punching Bag event, absolutely insane. Great stones. Very easy to do now. Not ridiculously easy, but with the amount of units that can do it now, very possible, especially the stage 2 where you can use items. So all those kind of easy events, the Punching Bag, the Fighting Legend Vegeta, the Fighting Legend Goku, the Fighting Legend Frieza, the older events are all going to be great places to source stones, missions you maybe haven't done, etc. Then I just want to especially mention this before we go on to some of the other sections, but Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, not currently up, will be up within 2 days. So it will be up very soon. Should be at least another 15 dragon stones there. So make sure that you are keeping an eye out on it. Very, very, very crucial. It's a huge component. Next, we talk about the DB story events. For players who've returned after a while, they might be unfamiliar with this, but DB story is basically revamped story events. And by doing these events, you can net yourself a ton of dragon stones. They're all completely revamped. All the stones of the missions, the stages have all been added back in. There's a huge incentive to do them. Next, we look at Extreme Z battles. Obviously, super easy A's don't give a lot, and the Extreme Z battles we haven't got many of. But it's important to go and take a look at the whole list of Extreme Z battles. Even if you're a new player, returning player, veteran player, if you've missed an Extreme Z battle, or you maybe couldn't do one, but now you can, or maybe if you're brand new, if you're brand new, just do the first couple stages of each of them. Use your free-to-play Goku Rose team. I promise you'll get 10, 12 stages into a lot of them, especially the older ones. That's 10 stones, And the Dokkan All-Stars obviously is a hell of a grind. I still haven't got through all of it because I only do a little bit whenever I need. But there's a lot of stones in there as well. So if you're really panicked, you can go and grind the Dokkan All-Stars and, obviously have a good time. But realistically, honestly, it is very, 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 very lucrative to go and do those events. So I was talking about Dokkan story, we was talking about all these things, but quest mode is there, I know, but if you're a returning player, there's been a lot of quest mode added. if you haven't played Dokkan in the last year or so, quest mode is updated now a lot more often. Maybe not so often in the last 6 months, but definitely a lot more often than it had before. So there's tons of stones in the quest mode. Tons of new stones as well that you probably didn't get last time. So keep an eye out there and take a look at that. And then yeah, obviously finally, just as a last little mention, the Portal of Memories. So Portal of Memories and Dokkan Events. Portal of Memories, great. Go use your keys, get yourself a bunch of Dragon Stones. Sorry, I was playing Legends just now. But go get yourself a whole bunch of Dragon Stones. Go grab them out of all of the events. Use up your keys. They're there for a reason. Some events, like Penguin Village, have never returned back. They're taking forever to come back. I don't even know if they will. So going there, Resurrection of F, Penguin Village, all of these give you a lot of Dragon Stones. And then the hero stuff as well. And obviously final mention to Dokkan Events. A lot of players don't know this, but every Dokkan event has tons of stones in it. If you go through all the Dokkan events, even for the ones where you don't have units for them, you will get so many stones from doing them all. Like there's like over 1,000 stones in Dokkan events, so definitely give it a try. Other than that, last mention to burst mode, it goes away in a couple days. There's quite a few stones there. I have a guide for it, but also some more stuff will come out. Bye.